Just when you thought that the Cybertruck couldn't get any cooler, Tesla have released some new patent applications revealing a bit more information about the Cybertruck, including camping mode and even a new Cyber trailer. In this video, I want to dive deep into these patent applications, talk about what we can learn from them, and then my personal opinion on it. But before that, make sure to hit the like button harder than Elon hit the crypto market, as it really helps me out as I spend a lot of time researching and putting these videos together for you. So as we all know, the Cybertruck is currently slated to start shipping at the very end of this year or in early 2022. Cybertruck was announced by Tesla CEO back in November 2019, I believe, and customers were invited to place reservations for the Cybertruck for about $100. Since then, there have been reports that have came out talking about what this figure could be. The most recent estimate that we have is that the orders have now gone past 1 million reservations, which is pretty crazy when you think about it. This new patent application for the Tesla Cybertruck user interface has sort of revealed a bunch of potential new accessories, features, and even a range of up to 610 miles for the electric pickup truck. So let's break it down in this video. So last month, it was reported that Tesla's head of user interface had left the company and in the process leaked previously unseen images of the Cybertruck user interface in his new portfolio. It's been the best look at the Cybertruck software that we've sort of seen up to this point, but now we get an even greater one thanks to this new patent application. So first we have a diagram that shows where it actually stores information about the passenger's face. My understanding through reading all of this is that there will be an internal camera which will use facial detection to better understand who is driving the Cybertruck and then automatically change the truck's seating position, the aircon, ventilation and heating systems, and possibly even more to provide the best user experience possible. I know that from what I can remember, we have sort of seen this kind of technology used before where facial recognition will change depending on who it detects. Well, I remember when I was younger, Xbox, they've been using this for like 10 years now when they had the original Kinect camera, and this would essentially sign in a user into Xbox 360 when it would detect who had entered the room. So Tesla integrating a feature like this to adjust the seat for whoever happens to be sat in it, I don't think is too far-fetched, and I think it's just one of those small little details that adds a lot more value to the actual truck itself, and I think consumers will actually really enjoy this. There was also another graphic within this application showcasing the different buttons to open different parts of the Cybertruck, such as the charge port, the front trunk, tailgate, and more. Now, let's quickly take a look at a tweet from Elon Musk back in November 2019, where he responds to someone asking if the tonneau cover could be turned into a solar panel. Obviously, having a solar panel on the Cybertruck would be great as it allows the truck to get some more extra mileage, as most EVs that are being produced at the minute, like the Cybertruck or even the Ford F-150, which is the closest competitor to the Cybertruck, they both lean on the side of being very cautious with how many miles they claim that they can do, simply because the purpose of these vehicles is to transport heavy cargo, all of which does affect the distance in which they can travel. It's much easier to estimate something like the Model Y or X, as it's not a vehicle where you would typically be adding lumber or heavy objects on a daily basis. So including a solar panel of any kind, which could sort of help to add additional mileage to the range of the Cybertruck, would be a game changer. Elon did respond to this tweet, and he stated that there will be an option to add solar panels that generate 15 miles per day, possibly more. Would love this to be self-powered. Adding fold-out solar wings could generate 30 to 40 miles per day. The average miles per day in the US is 30. Obviously, if this can be achieved, this is going to be a no-brainer for your average consumer. Moving to electric, where you don't have to pay for the surging prices of gas that we're currently seeing, is already a huge benefit of buying a Tesla vehicle. But if we can take that a step further, where solar panels on your car are keeping it self-powered and essentially running for free, I think it would be pivotal. And this sort of fits in very nicely with Tesla's mission statement of hoping to, well, not even hoping, helping to accelerate the world's transition to sustainable energy. The most interesting piece of information in the images is the fact that it consistently shows a range of 610 miles for the Cybertruck. When Tesla initially first unveiled the Cybertruck, it announced that the top performance version would have a range of over 500 miles. Therefore, it's not impossible that it could end up having 610 miles of range by including these solar panels. Now then, let's talk a little bit more about this patent and what Tesla are calling camping mode. If we take a look at one of the photos included, you can see what this looks like. There has been some concept art that's been floating around. I'm just going to put on screen now. In these photos, you can see how we have the stovetop on the right hand side there, and then off to the left we have a flat surface, which I imagine is where you would be preparing your food or keep the plates and cutlery, that sort of thing. And then obviously in the back here, you can see which is where people would sleep. I'm just going to read a part of the actual patent now. It says, additionally, attachments to the vehicle may be graphically illustrated. In some embodiments, these attachments may be automatically detected by a system included in the vehicle. For example, they may be detected using cameras on the vehicle. The attachments may also provide wireless information identifying their function or use. In other words, this is saying that the cameras and the sensors on the Cybertruck will communicate with the attachments through that system and would be able to be controlled through things like the Tesla app or even from the driver's seat of the Cybertruck. I imagine that when it's saying it's communicating with the attachments, you're probably going to be able to change things like the temperature of the stovetop, for example. The word attachments is thrown around a lot in this patent, and so it isn't a surprise that something like the Cybertruck will have many attachments like the camping mode and trailer. Even Elon has mentioned this before in a response to a PewDiePie tweet. So this will be a great way of generating additional income and experiences for Tesla's customers. The possibilities here are just so much bigger than a simple RV trailer, and yet again, it would just provide more revenue for Tesla than that other legacy companies will simply struggle to compete with, which again, I just think it's really impressive and pretty exciting as a Tesla investor. So let's talk a little bit about the RV trailer that I've mentioned a few times in this video already. Further down in the patent, they talk about a trailer, and this is pretty interesting as there have been a number of rumors flying around for a while now as to whether this is legit or not. The patent says that cameras and sensors in the truck will be able to detect that a truck trailer is close by, and that it will essentially be able to communicate wirelessly with it. If we look at the photos included in the patent, you can see what this trailer would possibly look like. It's all stainless steel from the looks of it, and with these images being black and white and grainy, it's a little bit hard to tell if this is CGI or a real photo. The trailer looks like if you took an original Nintendo Entertainment System and asked someone to build it in the time when a calculator was the size of a room. I mean, this thing is huge, and aesthetically, it fits in pretty well with the Cybertruck. Alongside this image is a top view of the Cybertruck and the trailer. There were two buttons in it that I noticed that say attach, with the display showing the distance away from one another. It doesn't really seem too far-fetched to imagine that pushing one of these buttons will enable either the Cybertruck or the trailer itself to use its cameras and sensors to automatically attach or detach from one another, which I think, again, will be a fantastic feature that will save time and energy when it comes to setting up, which is a big plus for consumers. They don't explicitly state this, but there is evidence that this is the case, as they later say, in some embodiments, the vehicle may be self-driving and may automatically back up. As illustrated, the trailer may be automatically detected and also indicate a distance between the vehicle and the trailer. The distance may be determined via radar, ultrasound, and or an image sensor in some embodiments. A user of the user interface may select the attached selectable object to initiate or otherwise cause attachment. But if I was a betting man, I would hazard a guess that it would probably be the Cybertruck that moves and not the trailer, as that would require another engine and all sorts of unnecessary and expensive items to be added to the trailer. On the Tesla website, there is a CGI shot of the trailer, and looking at it, I imagine it's large enough to be able to sleep 3 to 4 people if they make use of the space correctly, a bathroom and possibly even a kitchen too. And you know, I mean, who's to say that this is even an RV trailer? It might not be. It might instead be a horse trailer or a general trailer, or it could just be a way for the Tesla quad bike to be transported in. We don't really know at this point, as information is being kept quite secret. We don't have any internal shots, but from the outside, it doesn't look like there are any windows, but my suspicions tell me that this strip we see along the side of the trailer is actually a window. And then alongside this, we also have these big glass panels at the back. I'm assuming that these are going to double as doors. Now, one of the biggest things that I haven't seen many people talking about online is that the trailer itself could have its very own battery and or even a solar panel on the roof due to it having sort of a larger surface area. I think that this would allow it to charge and power either the trailer itself or provide additional mileage to the Cybertruck. I think if this is the case, then this is going to be yet again another game changer, as it essentially makes the Cybertruck and the trailer self-sustainable. You'd be able to go for days on end without needing to charge at a charging station. This is quite important, as the Cybertruck pulling the trailer will clearly slow things down, basic physics, and you know, it will reduce its maxed out 500 miles that they've promised. But as I've said before, certain photos in this patent have bragged 610 miles. So it will be really interesting to see if this trailer is actually just a giant multi-purpose power bank that the Cybertruck will be using to charge from. In closing, my final thoughts are that attaching and detaching a trailer is sort of a huge pain point for customers, and that the AI doing this job for them with the cameras and the sensors will be a huge plus over legacy vehicles and even newer EVs. Something like the Ford F-150 Lightning won't be able to compete with that and would actually require their customers to manually do this. If this trailer is an RV trailer, then it will need its own power supply to be able to power the appliances, the lighting, warm water, heat, you know, heat the RV, alongside, you know, all of the other typical uses of an RV. So a solar panel included to charge its own battery external to the Cybertruck is almost a must, especially when you consider that towing a trailer will reduce the Cybertruck's claimed 500 sort of mileage. As a Tesla shareholder, it's super promising to see the patents that they are putting in place for some of these features and attachments, and that yet again are just going to provide top-notch service to their customers. Thanks for watching this video. If you're interested to hear about how Elon and Tesla are doing this, it's through something called First Principles Thinking. I created a whole video on it here that you can click. Go ahead and watch it if you want to see how this could help benefit your professional and your personal life. But that's it. Once again, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you all in my next video. Have a great day.